So over the past year or so, I've been taking a look at the interesting library of the Nintendo GameCube. It's a console that always seemed super interesting to me, mainly because it was the one that was around when I was born, and because it was pretty uncommon to have one around here. Despite all this, the internet told me all about this charming system and all of the great games it has to offer. Among its multitude of great titles like Pikmin, Mario Sunshine, or The Wind Waker lies a not so well known game that truly deserves some more praise and recognition. And that game is Doshin the Giant. Developed in a joint effort between Nintendo and short-lived Param, Doshin the Giant was originally released for the Nintendo 64 disk drive, and, much like the original Animal Crossing, it was ported over to the GameCube as a result of the disk drive's commercial failure. Something that makes this game stand out in the video game community was its odd regional release. While the original N64 version was exclusive to Japan, as the disk drive never had a worldwide release, the GameCube port was released in Japan and Europe, completely skipping over the Americas. Most people claim this was due to some licensing agreement where Nintendo had to release either Cubivore or Doshin in North America, and they went with the former, though I haven't found any good sources on this. Also, something I'd like to point out, Miyamoto was involved in the making of this game. The creator of Mario was known for helping out smaller and less well-known projects in this era, as he did with chibi-robo, basically saving the game from being cancelled. But with all of that aside, what is Doshin the Giant all about? Well, it's a bit hard to explain, but I'll try my best. You control a yellow giant called Doshin, who would have thought, who rises from the sea and comes to the small island of Barudo to help the locals. How? With his two powers, of course: moving trees around and raising or lowering the land. Yeah, those may not sound like the coolest powers, but that's what you have at hand, and that's what the islanders ask you to help them with. Trees are the main source of energy to the people of Barudo and are the building blocks of every tribe, as one will not form in a place without trees. Yeah, tribes, a pretty vital part of the game. Some exist from the start of the game, some spontaneously form during the playthrough, and others must be created by the giant, by bringing a boy and a girl to a place with enough trees. If the giant helps the tribes, they will give out love in the form of hearts and will, sooner or later, create a monument in honor of the giant. If the giant doesn't help the tribes and instead kills them and destroys their buildings, they will give out hate in the form of skulls. If you complete a circle of either all hearts or all skulls, the giant will grow in size, and this will help you walk faster, but will make you more dangerous to the islanders and prone to stepping on them, generating hate. This isn't to say only Doshin can cause havoc to the island. There are several natural disasters you have to watch out for, like tornadoes and fires, which can be prevented with adequate raising of the land. There is also volcanic activity in the island, meaning that volcanoes can erupt under certain scenarios. Now, I said that Doshin, the love giant, couldn't do much harm to the island when compared to these disasters. His evil alter ego, however, is a strong contender. Upon pressing L on the GameCube controller, Doshin transforms into Jashin, the evil hate giant, capable of throwing deadly fireballs and destroying settlements in mere seconds. The main goal of the game is for there to be 16 monuments, though, much like Animal Crossing, this game doesn't have a real end to it. Many things will happen throughout the game, some of which are pretty unpredictable based on what I've seen on Wikipedia, but you can keep playing it indefinitely, just doing whatever you want with the island, which is something I absolutely adore, but sadly I don't know many games that offer this besides these two and I guess Minecraft. But that's all there is to the lore and the gameplay of Doshin the Giant, and that's all there would be to talk about if I was seeing this through the eyes of an early 2000s gamer. But appreciating this game and talking about it 22 years down the line is a whole nother story. With the advent of having thousands of high-quality games at our fingertips, either for free or for a somewhat accessible price, one may start to wonder why someone should care about an older, lesser-known game like this in 2024. And the best thing I can say is the vibe and the aesthetic. Something that didn't really matter in those games, as everything that was 3D was automatically cool, no matter how bad it looked. But Doshin the Giant's unique setting, along with the charming Play-Doh-like art style it features, and of course its 2 decades of age, truly have a sort of sorry for the TikTok terminology, Y2K nostalgia vibe to it. And I know for sure Doshin would be appreciated by that community. I would know because I am a part of it. I was born in the 2000s and I collect old trash. And that's just talking about the visual aspect of it. I didn't even start talking about the insanely great role sound has in this game. The orchestral score in the title screen takes you by surprise, but its sheer power lets you know that you are about to play something, and it's not just something, it's a super cool game starring a powerful giant. In contrast to this, the actual gameplay features sounds from the various birds and other creatures of the island. And even though it can sometimes be annoying and repetitive, it brings a calm and relaxed mood to the island and to the game in general. The tribes have their own songs when they're having a festival, which are nothing but charming little tunes that let you know what's going on. But the song that is most associated with the game would be Yellow Giant, which plays at the end of each day while the game tells you what happened during the day with the background of footage of the island and the people waving goodbye. This song is absolutely perfect for something like the ending of a game centered around a calm tropical island. It has this warm but somewhat melancholic tone to it, and it's a song I don't mind hearing every 30 minutes or so, as I often find myself waiting for the day to end just so I can hear it. Thankfully I can easily quench this thirst because the whole soundtrack is on Spotify and was remastered just last year. There even is some recent footage of its composer playing it live, which is all pretty sweet, showing that there still is love and attention to this old game that very few people remember. Overall, if you're into relaxing games or into specific titles like Animal Crossing or Minecraft, you might like this game. I know I did for sure, and I'll keep playing it for ages, as I'd say it was the best thing I've discovered this year. With all of that said, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.